For the next 2 minutes, I want to encourage all you guys to just feed your mind right now. Especially in this day and age we're in right now, it's extremely important to consider and control the information that you consume, the opinions you consider, and the things going into or coming out of your thoughts. The wrong information, the wrong thoughts, bad opinions can be destructive enough to tear down the foundation of everything you've built, everything you're gonna build, everything you're planning, everything you allow to. As far as information, you need to fill your time and your learning with the ins and outs of the business you're in. Because you can't talk about what you don't know about. Your passion for your gift should feed into and create a hunger for knowledge, especially from those who have already reached the pinnacle and the success that you're aiming for. Feed your mind with the information it needs to find the most efficient and effective way to reach your goals. Satiate that hunger your passion creates. With opinions, man, any opinion counterproductive to your goals, block it out. Because it's real easy for people with no drive or ambition themselves to come after and kill your drive and your ambition. They don't see your vision because the vision wasn't given to them. It's not important for them to see the vision, but it's easy for them to try and block you from seeing the vision. So you gotta make sure, man, that you feed yourself the good vibes and positive thoughts and the energy you need to get through this day-to-day grind. Because if you keep listening to people telling you you fail long enough, eventually it's gonna fill your mind. Learn it, see it, feel it, and then wake up every morning and do whatever you gotta do to go get it. For the next 2 minutes, I want each of us to commit to fixing and protecting our energy. It's taken me a while, but I finally realized the serious impact certain energy can have on a person. The easiest way to kill your day is to leave your mood in the hands of somebody whose vibe is all wrong for it. This ties directly into the opinions that you allow to enter into your thought process. Some folks live in so much negativity and see so much negativity, they'll make you feel it right along with them. I know we've all got that one person that always seems to have a sad story for you every time you talk. But when things are going good, they've gone mysteriously quiet. I know I was raised under the saying, misery loves company. The easiest thing for them to do is bring you down to their level. And this is especially detrimental to those of us who are empathetic, because we naturally put ourselves in the shoes or in the position of our friends, family, and companions. So we naturally feel what they feel. Avoid people with no ambition or drive, because they'll influence you far more than you'll ever influence them. And one bad apple can spoil all of them. We need to remember that this is a journey, and everybody isn't fit to make it to the end of it. Anybody right now that's doing more harm than good to your emotions, to your mindset, to your state of mind, and to your vision, cut them off sooner rather than later. It's very important in this day and age to see the success that you want to see. You need to guard your emotions and what and who you allow to affect them. Going into a new week, I want to spend the next 2 minutes, man, talking to you guys and telling you to just let your passion lead you. Because your passion will take you so much further than anything else. If you're passionate about something, you'll take every opportunity you get to do that. You'll take every chance you get to practice and get better and learn a more efficient way to do it. And there are plenty of people out there who get up and go to work every Monday through Friday at a job that they don't want to have, at a job that they hate. And they do their job while they're there. They get all their work done. They have no problems. But then when they get home, all they do is complain about it. And then wake up every morning dreading the alarm clock going off. If that's your relationship or whatever it is you're working on, you won't go far. Because people who hate what they're doing will never try and get it. They won't try and advance. They won't do anything more than just the job. But people who have passion for this, they'll take every opportunity to do the job and then some. They'll learn better ways to do it. They'll find other opportunities and other areas of improvement. They'll do whatever they can to learn everything they can about that area, improve in that area, improve in areas that affect that area. They'll do whatever they can. Anything involving their passion, they'll want to learn it, see it, do it. And so this passion will take you so much further than just having a job and just doing it. Work ethic can only take you so far, but if you're passionate about it, that even strengthens your work ethic. I was listening to an interview earlier this week, and Kobe said, if you get up in the morning and you hate one of your jobs, then it's time for a new one. So I want you to spend the day thinking about, do I have a passion for this? Because if you do, then that passion will take you much further than you've ever imagined going. But if you don't, it might be time to find something else to do. For the next 2 minutes, I want to encourage everybody to just respect the grind. Don't expect to jump the line without putting your work in. You gotta realize and remember there are people who have been working at your game, working at your craft for years longer than you have, for decades. So you need to prepare to work and work for a long time just to catch them. You need to respect the work that others are putting in right along with you. Whatever your game is, whatever your industry is, there are so many other people that are putting in the same work. There are so many other people that are trying to get exactly where you're trying to get. And there are so many people that you aspire, whose heights you aspire to reach. In doing this, you need to respect and learn about the leaders in your game. You need to know this in and out. If you're a basketball player, you need to study the games of the stars. Study the games of the people who have gotten where you're trying to get. If you're a musician, you need to study different genres. Study the top names in your genre. See what they did. See how they worked. See how they record. Just to learn their way of doing it. And then put your own spin and your own take on it. Research the trailblazers that paved the way for you to get there. Research the people who were the leaders in your field. Those who took your field where it is today. People who made that game as good as it is and as great as it is. Become a student of that game and allow your passion to carry you to heights that those trailblazers could only dream of. Everybody that started the game out, they got it where they got it. They took it as far as they could and left the game in the hands of us, in the hands of those of us who were expected to pick up the ball. Those of us who have taken the call to pick up the ball, we gotta take it even further than they did. Take it further than they could dream of or think of. But we can't do that if we don't respect the grind. For the next 2 minutes, I want us all to make sure that we make a commitment to win the day every day. I know we've all heard the saying, seize the day. But not only that, I feel like we should all take it even further. Every day is a chance for improvement and enhancement. That oftentimes means that you have to approach every day with a different mindset than just taking control of it. One thing that I've learned about myself is that I work better under the pressure of competition. Every year, the first semester of classes in high school was always easiest for me because I had basketball to worry about. I couldn't be the guy that wasn't playing because I didn't make the grades, especially since it would have been totally avoidable because the classes weren't hard enough to stump me. But the second semester, I didn't really care as much. Didn't try as hard because I had nothing to work for. So the classes and the months dragged without some kind of incentive or benefit to continuing to do the same work that I did in the first semester. Many of us find ourselves in the same situation, or you may notice just how competitive you really are. But the problem we find here is you end up putting yourself in competition with somebody else instead of realizing you need only compete with yourself. Every day presents you with the opportunity and the challenge of getting one day, one step, even one move closer to becoming the best possible version of yourself. You do that by learning a new skill, perfecting the skills you already have, learning how to work smarter or work harder or work faster, doing just something better today than you did yesterday. So I want to encourage everybody to find the motivation to want to be greater every day of your life. Commit and make that commitment right now that you'll win the day every day. Once again, it's the weekend. As we went over last weekend, it's a time to rest, a time to recover and recuperate. It's a time to review all the things that you accomplished last week. But it's not a time to not accomplish some more things or to improve on some more things. One of the things that I've struggled with in getting started is thinking about days off and how you spend your days off. I decided early on I was going to schedule myself 2 days off a week. I'd have one in the middle of the week on Wednesday and one on Saturday. And then I noticed that I always ended up putting in some kind of work. I ended up writing something. I ended up still getting my workouts in. I ended up reading. I ended up still putting in some kind of work. And then a couple of weeks ago, I decided I was going to impose these days off. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to get up and sleep in, and then when I get up, just watch some TV and just spend time relaxing, not do anything. I still wound up working because in reality, you can't afford to take days off right now because you're playing catch up. There are people who have been doing what you're trying to do for years. There are people with years worth of head start, decades worth of a head start. And you want to take days off while they're working hard to get even further than they already are ahead of you. You can't afford to go any day without improving your skills, without enhancing your skills, without bettering yourself, and without going further and getting closer to the goal that you're trying to reach. Going back to the interview with Kobe Bryant that I watched, that I've alluded to before, he said one of his favorite quotes, one of his favorite sayings was, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." You don't need days off right now because you still got work to do. You don't need days of no improvement, no enhancement, not learning any new skills, because you still got work to do. You're not done yet. You haven't reached where you want to be and where you need to be. And so right now, I want you to ask yourself, what days off? Why do I need days off if I've still got work to do? Can I afford to take days off if I'm playing catch up? And the reality of it is you can't. But you'll thank yourself when you get where you're going because you worked so hard today. You'll thank yourself when you reach that next goal, when you reach that next threshold. You'll thank yourself then. You'll thank yourself in the end because you didn't rest in the middle.